the thing is to understand what you're bringing to the table. It ain't the sex.
There we go.
Now you can have the greatest sex in the world, but when that shit wear off, then what we got?
Yeah.
We talk about it. I mean,
Full secrets in the dark. Silk on your skin, let the truth leave a mark. After hours, no filters, just facts. Welcome to the night, Silk Sessions After Dark.
We're about to spill the tea. Welcome to another episode of Silk Sessions After Dark. I'm your girl, Mimi Michelle, your hairstylist, your author, and your podcaster. This is the place where the drinks are poured, the tea is hot, and the conversation is always deeper after dark. Tonight, I've invited my brothers to come on the panel with me tonight because we're going to talk about getting black to love. Now, the content for the conversation tonight, we all have different things. I have made, and I'm drinking Uncle Near's. He's drinking a Red Bull, and this one right here, I don't know what he's drinking. But I decided to make a peach sidecar with my Uncle Near's. This whiskey is pretty good. Job well done, ma'am. He said I made his a little too strong, so I kind of put some of my sidecar in it. But we're going to have a conversation and get this thing started because this topic is hot. We're going to give the fellas the floor. Can you please introduce yourself? Start, just whoever want to go first.
He and I go back a few years. We of course, we're church members together. I've been on the podcast a few times, whatever. So I always enjoy the content. What have you? I'm from originally from Lake Charles, Louisiana, raised here in Harlem, Clark, Houston, Texas. Lived in the Sugar Land area for the last 25 years, and I've had the privilege to be friends with Mimi and Martina through the church or whatever. But love the topics, love the energy, and glad to be a part of it.
Thank you.
all right. Trenton Davis. We've been family for over 30 years now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where can I start? I'm a software engineer by trade, entrepreneur. Do as much as I can for the community, in the community. Love seeing our people prosper. My first time being invited to be on the podcast. My first time being invited to be on the podcast. Very happy to be here. I always have an opinion about something, so I think this is a great opportunity for me to be able to share it.
Yes.
Looking forward to where this goes.
So, look at how professional. So, I decided that we're going to talk about the questions that a lot of women ask. First of all, why am I single? What is it that men want? This is not the topic for I don't need no man. No, this is not for you, ma'am, because if that's where you want to be, then that's where you want to be. This is for the 40, 50 and up, or even you could be in your 30s. If you just want to know what men are thinking and what makes them tick. So I decided my brother's single, my other brother's married, and they're going to give their perspectives and their opinions on the questions that you guys sent in. So without further ado, we're going to get this thing started. Okay, so question. What is the biggest misconception single women have about men?
All men are hoes.
I believe that is a misconception.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest misconception. And I think sex, the fact that women think sex is the driver for all things, for progression or connectivity, is a huge misnomer, right? I think a lot of times in relationships or just in connectivities, you get together for the wrong reasons, so then you separate sometimes for the wrong reasons as well. But it's important to talk about what you're really looking for in somebody, instead of just getting caught up with the initial attractiveness, right? Okay. What is it that you want to partner with? And a lot of times we don't dive into that before we start exchanging phone numbers or having conversations or immediately progressing to the next steps, which is normally the sex within the relationship, right? So you lose some of the content that you should try to build within that. But I think that's the biggest misconceptions, that all men are hoes behind sex, right?
Yeah, that's what a lot of people think. What about you?
You said, I like to piggyback on a couple of things that he said. And not to make this uber religious or spiritual. Okay. I think we often go into the situations and engage in relationships for the wrong reason. We don't put God in the beginning, but then we want to try to bring him in at the end. God didn't put this together. He can't fix it. It wasn't never supposed to be. It was never ordained to be. So we in it for the sex. We in it because she looked good. We in it because he looked good. And even with all the red flags, everything showing up left and right, we just moved on by that. Oh, that's cute. Oh, but in reality, it's all those things that's gonna come back to bite you in the butt later.
So since y'all brought sex into it so early in the game, because I've had that for later, how important is sex in a relationship when you meet a woman? And part one of the question, and part two, when a woman sleeps with you early, does that change your perspective on her as a person? That ain't even in my list.
Okay, well, I'm going to say something that is probably not going to be what most people would say is the most politically correct answer.
Mm-hmm.
I just can tell you from my own life,
Mm-hmm.
I've always been in long-term relationships. Every long-term relationship I was in, we had sex on the first night. I'm being honest with you. I'm more into chemistry. I'm more into, so my thing is, if the feeling is so strong,
Okay.
if everything that's between us is that phenomenal that we can't hold ourselves. Now, there's a difference
Okay.
in being whorish, let me be clear, and being so in tune and engaged with somebody.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? And I know that
Connectivity.
you know, my pastor might not want to hear me say this, but the reality is, every long-term relationship I've ever been in,
You had sex.
we had
on the
sex
first-
on the first night.
Ooh.
It was just that profound. I kind of knew this is who I was supposed to be with.
But you knew.
Yeah, no, and I'm gonna maybe it's a little arrogance on my own. I'm gonna say that the reason I don't judge her and saying that this is something she do with any and everybody is because of the chemistry that's there.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not the same.
That's right.
You know, and if you believe in chemistry spheres by any means, you know what it is to be repelled by something that's not for you. Just as you know what it is to be completely attracted
Yeah.
to something that's for you. So, you know, maybe it's arrogance on my own part, and I'll take it. You know, hey,
Oh, to do you
she not like that with everybody, but because it's me and what we got going on, this is what the hell is going on. So, I mean, yeah. So
Ooh, y'all better get in the chat.
Yeah.
This is gonna be good.
When I'm writing or taping my podcast, I relax and enjoy flavors of the leaf. Savor the soul of the smoke.
What about you, Drake? Well, you've been married 1,000 years.
Yeah, so I've been with my queen 40 years. So, you know, meeting women and that's kind of out of the books for me. But I raised 4 daughters. My daughter's ages 39 to 27. Only one is married, right? So, you know, one is in a long-term relationship. Well, 2 in a long-term relationships, and one is trying to find love again. So, you know, we talk through these things. And I'm pretty transparent with my girls. And there's always the barbershop talk. But men are always talking about relationships all the time. So it's a topic that I'm involved in on a regular basis. But you know, sex is so easy, right?
It is.
Sex is so easy.
Yeah.
An ugly, fat, broke man can have sex every day. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the realness of it. So what are you looking for when you meet a female?
That was
No,
the next question.
From a man's perspective, what are you looking for? Are you only looking for sex? Because it's easy to find. Or if you're looking for something tangible that you want to hold on to and build on, right? And that goes into some of the criteria that Trent just talked about as far as the connectivity, the chemistry, the conversation, the common thought processes, the emotional intelligence that you share,
Yeah.
right? Because a lot of times there's red flags when you meet somebody about the lack of emotional intelligence that we totally overlook because of how well she looks, right? And so then once how well she looks, once you get past that, right? Whether it's made up just the face is beat just right, or the lashes come off, or you know the wig come off, and you see those tracks braided up in there, and you see the naked her,
Yeah.
which is okay because a black woman is still beautiful without without the vanity, right? But what I'm saying is when you see the naked her as a person, right? Is that still something that you're compatible with? Is that still something that you want to bed? Because she could have some internal things, right? And we just talked about that a little earlier from childhood, right? We're all parts of our
That trauma-
environment
that trauma
from our
is-
childhood that really starts to blossom once she's more comfortable with you.
Because I
Right.
think most of us, when we get into not just that's not the dating part, but once you get into the commitment type of thing, we bring our broken kids to the table, the broken pieces of us to the table. That's once you get locked in, then like the triggers. It could be something that happened to you when you was a kid, but that triggered something he did or she did. Now it's triggering the child inside of you. I just think that sometimes.
Yeah, it's the child inside of you. Absolutely, that's the foundation,
let me
right?
say
But
the
then
unhealed child.
it grows up and it manifests, right?
Yes.
And so now it is your response to your reaction to your emotion on a regular basis. Let the emotion control how you behave
Yeah.
versus just controlling your behavior. You can feel a certain way, right? But you also have to have the content to say, I'm not gonna expose myself and behave in this manner because of that,
Yeah.
right? And unless you've been kind of taught that or ingrained, you don't have those tools.
Yeah.
You don't
I
have
was
those
actually-
tools
I
to
was
do that.
about to point that out because our culture, unfortunately, we've been.
What happens in
Yeah.
this house stays in
That's
this
it.
house.
That's
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
Black man, pick yourself up by the bootstraps.
Don't cry.
Don't let everybody in your business.
Absolutely.
Yeah, my first degree is psychology because I wanted to know what made the brain tick. I wanted to understand what these traumas were and how we, carry them around but to see our people and how we behave and how we will turn a blind eye to something that we know is wrong.
Ooh.
We will not address
Ooh.
those. I mean, I'm dealing with it right now. It's a 51-year-old man. That little kid, man, I had an outburst the other day, unfortunately, and it was just something that was built up.
Yeah.
And I kept telling myself I was fine. I had just gave a full speech at my grandmother's 90th birthday party saying how great I was, that I was raised by my grandparents, and my father triggered me. And when I tell you I lost, and I had, it
The
took
little
me
boy
back
came
to that
out. The little boy
5-year-old
came
kid
out.
that was waiting to see. And even though my grandfather was there every day, I was still looking for my dad to be there. And I
Yeah.
told myself I was
Yeah.
okay. I'm absolutely good, man. I had a great life. I went to school. I joined the military. I did all these things. I went to private school. They afforded me all that. But the reality is that 5-year-old kid still has something missing. And we take that into those relationships.
We take them in.
But and unless we're ready to unpackage, unravel all that,
Yes.
and really deal with it, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna always be there.
Absolutely.
It's gonna always be there.
It's gonna be a snake bite.
Man, this question could go on forever.
Yeah.
We're gonna go on to the next one. What do men notice first when they meet a woman?
I guess it depends on the man.
We're just talking about y'all.
So let me say this.
This is not men overall.
Okay.
This is just their opinion.
Let me say this. Beauty, and I'm not just talking about physical. I'm not just talking about aesthetically. I've seen women that some people may have said, well, aesthetically they're not attractive, but the beauty within them shines so bright.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, I've seen a woman I'm like, she is not my type, but she is beautiful. And it was just so much. I mean, so when I say beauty, not being shallow in
I
the
see
word,
what
but
you're
the
saying.
beauty of a person. It could be
Completely.
in listening to them talk and finding something and being totally engaged with what they're saying. And I've seen a woman just taking care of another individual that she had, there was nothing, she didn't have to do it.
Yeah.
You know, she went out of her way, stopped everything she was doing, and that beautiful, glow that it just came out. I'm like, damn.
Do you think that came with
Gorgeous woman.
maturity?
And some
Or have you always been that way?
with me.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm attracted to beauty. I'm attracted to good people. My spirit loves to be around great people.
Yeah.
I'm a giver. I like people that aren't afraid to give. I like people that take pleasure in giving. And now here's the crazy part. When you're like that and you have all those traumas, you will end up being with the total opposite person. You'll end up being with a person that has nothing to give, don't want to give it, can't give it, and that's what you'll lock into because you feel I gotta fix them. I gotta fix them. Because
Yeah,
everybody's
yeah.
supposed to feel this.
And,
I gotta
and you
fix
get
them.
to use your giving
Yeah.
tool all the time. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's what you do
And that's it.
innately, right?
And it's a
I've got
selfish
this
thing.
giving tool,
It's a
so I can
selfish thing.
always give to you because you always need.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, somewhere down that road, you realize, wait a minute, I'm not getting anything back.
Anything back.
I'm constantly giving, constantly giving,
Okay.
constantly giving, and not getting anything back. But it goes to, to go back to your original question about, what do men notice first? I really think it depends on the amount of time you have with the woman to notice, right?
Yeah.
So if you're just, I use the barbershop setting all the time. You sit in the barbershop, a woman walks in, with her sons or nephews, whatever, to get a haircut, you just see somebody walking by. You only got a moment and you got to notice the physical attraction, right?
Right.
Or because out Sean's a cut above, 9243 South Main plugging you on.
Get it.
Because it has an active environment. It's in Southside Houston. I'm from Harlem Park. You got Third Ward, Sunnyside, South Park, Harlem Park running through all the time. Women come through there and share their views in that men's country club environment all the time, right? So when you listen to a woman speak about her daily interactions, what she deals with, her viewpoints, you know what I'm saying? Her views on other women, because sometimes y'all can be hard on each other than we ever can. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Or repelled by each other
Yep.
more than us as well. So you get to start to, once she starts to share, open her mouth, it goes back to again, emotional intelligence is really attractive, right? And when you get an opportunity to see it in someone, that can start an attraction as well, right?
You said that I'm gonna use a term, and it's not the safest term to use because of today, but emotional intelligence and emotional retardation. No. It is a thing.
It's
It
a
is
thing.
It's a true thing.
Yes.
You will
Yeah.
find that, and this is what I found, is men meeting damaged women that have not fully matured emotionally.
Yeah.
That is a form of retardation. It's an emotional retardation. I mean, it is a term. It's a
Can you
word.
tell the people?
Look it up. I'm not.
You can Google it.
I didn't make this up, and I'm not. And it's not. It's difference in intelligence and emotional. Emotion. Someone that has stopped maturing in their emotions. That is the hardest person to reason with. That is the hardest person to make understand, because whatever the trauma they went through that stuck them in the place that they're in, and if you're dealing with that, it takes so much out of you just to try to reason with someone that has no reasoning skills.
So how long do you try to reason with someone like that before you say, I can't do this?
I think it depends on phase of life, right? So you got to ask yourself, so Trent said he was 51, I'm 59, right? So at our big age, I don't know if your timeline of maturity has a lot of length to it,
Right.
Yeah.
right? Now you take that guy in his late 20s, early 30s, or that guy that may be in his early 40s or whatever, and he'll buy time and we can work this out, we can get better, and he'll keep beating his head against the wall. If I was in that position, I'm not getting it a bunch of time because I got a lot more time behind me than I have in front of me. So I'm not going to waste a lot of time trying to reconstruct this thing, because if I'm 59,
That's
if
one
I
of
was in
my
that
favorite
position,
sayings.
right, then anybody I'm in a conversation with is going to be grown, right? And if we grown, and that's where you are, I know that's not connectivity for the two of us, because I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I don't have the time for that. But I, the 30-year-old Dre or the 30-year-old Trent may give you a little bit more lanyard to, develop those skills. Maybe not, because some other things are taking place to distract you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? And that's some of the things we talked about early in this segment.
Yeah.
Those physical things that's distracting you away from those harmful things that, you really need to get away from.
Yeah.
Right? Because it goes back to, what is the value of the person, of the man that you see in the mirror?
Yeah.
Right? What value do you have for him? Like when I see Dre in the mirror every day, I've got a certain value for that dude, right? And so I know, what I'm gonna give and what I'm not gonna give of him, right? Because I value him and his time and his content, right? And it's not for everybody to get. Now again, for me, I'm 40 years in, Rachel Ann, trust me, we there, I don't want no problems when I get home.
No issue.
Yeah, I don't want no smoke, baby. But because I talk about this with my girls. I'm gonna give you an example. You know, my oldest daughter, Brittany, she's 39. She's in a long-term relationship. You know, DeAndre is married a couple of years now. Courtney is looking for love again, but Courtney don't take any wood nickels, right? So Courtney, I raised all my girls to be princesses, right? But I also raised them like boys, like Daddy raised me. I taught them how to use their hands, use tools, work on cars. I talked very transparently to them about life, everything in life from a young age coming up. So it's absolutely nothing that me and my daughters can't talk about.
Right.
You know, 2 or 3 of them in their younger years, when they wanted to get on the birth control pill, they came and talked to Daddy because they can. We have that openness to talk about that, right? But to go back to topic with Courtney has seen an example of a man and a father in me.
Gotcha.
This is not to pat myself on the back, but this
You
is
better
to
do
say
it, though.
the work that I've put into give him a foundation and a construction of what manhood is to my daughters, so they can go find that, right? I think my 2 oldest daughters, and the baby girl, because my youngest daughter and my son-in-law, he does a great job. He's wonderful. I call him a kid because he's so much younger than me. So they've done a wonderful job in finding the men that are in their lives, right? So I don't deal with a lot of drama,
That part.
right?
That part.
With my girls. But Courtney, she said, well, I'm dating so and so, so and so, so and so. Then it's like, no, Daddy, because he had, he had a little bit. He was a little bit too emotional. He had more emotions than I couldn't deal with all that. You know what I'm saying? Or heaven forbid, don't let something go wrong with a car, and he knows nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a flat tire, and he saw me. He was on the phone with me, and I'm changing my flat, and he's like, "You can change your own flat tire." And I was like, "Yeah, can't you?" And he's like, "No." And she's like, "I'm looking at my phone."
That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah,
a different
that
generation.
part.
It's a different generation of men, and it's kind of hard for us today. Like I'm 54, and I'll be 55 this year, and young guys always try to talk to me, but I don't want to talk to a young guy. Right? Because just like you said, he can't change the tire. There's things that he can't do. And it's what are we going to talk about? I need somebody that I can talk to on an intellectual level. But then the men who are my age, who are still single, they still playing games. And I don't understand. We too damn old for them.
Too old for games.
Listen, I applaud you. Just being the father of girls. My daughter, I've been blessed. Because I didn't take that same approach. I didn't want to have the door open for her to be able to talk to me because I can handle it. I know my limitations, but I also made sure she had someone she could talk to.
Right.
So I couldn't be her friend. But even though I didn't take the approach, I still got the same type of outcome. By making sure she had someone that she could talk to at all times. Hey, that ain't for Daddy. That's go talk to your mommy Lane. Go talk to your mother. That ain't for Daddy. Now we can talk, and when I tell you today, we talk about everything. There's nothing on. You know what I'm saying? But them growing up, that stuff, I wasn't ready. I knew I wasn't. Same thing. She chose a young man that has made both of our lives so easy. Because the biggest fear I always had, man, I'm gonna have to do by my baby. Listen, it's gonna be an issue. I'm talking about not once. This young man, he came to me at 13. This for real.
Yeah.
I'm gonna marry your daughter. At 13.
At 13.
I laughed.
Married your daughter.
Yeah, I laughed. I said, came back. 15. I'm gonna marry your daughter.
Right.
At 18, I caught them trying to sneak off to the judge to make it happen. I called my pastor. We put on a whole wedding in a matter of 2 days because they were going to get married, but he's Spanish, he's Latino,
Oh, yeah,
and it's their culture.
That makes sense.
Right.
And I tried to explain to him that's fine, but our culture is a little different. And she need to go to school. She need to finish school.
Yeah.
And they didn't. They started their family early, and it changed my daughter's entire life. Like she was like her daddy. She was arrogant.
Right.
She knew she was the smartest person in the room, and when she walked in the room, if you couldn't live up to a standard, she treated you as such.
Right.
Becoming a mother, becoming a wife, man, I seen, yo,
Yeah.
I ain't never been so proud in my life of watching my kids grow and do the thing. Anyway, I know this all, but this is that love we talking about.
It's the love
Exactly.
we talk
I
about.
wasn't able to experience it, but because I was present in her
But
life,
I believe
I
she
gave
was
her-
able to
that's what I'm
experience
talking
it
about.
because of you.
That's what I'm
because
talking
you
about.
gave her
That's what I'm
what you
talking
didn't have.
exactly.
Great relationships
Exactly.
make you better.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Man,
Great
and I
relationships
watched
make you
them. I
better.
watched them kids, and man, I just light up.
Because I'm going to say this. A lot of people use what went on in their life as an excuse. You can either take what went on in your life and make you better, or you can harbor on the things and just be stagnant. Like, I believe the things that happened in my life, I know we digress and I'm going to get to the next question, but because my father was who he was, and because my mother was such a codependent, it made me a totally different person.
Mhm.
It made me a go-getter. It made, I'm fashionable. You know, Rhonda ain't fashionable. You know, she,
I
mama.
understand at work all the time.
Yes,
Like all the time. Like,
Oh yeah,
hey,
we
mama,
all the time.
hey, we gonna hang out at their house because mom at work.
Yeah.
And daddy was doing his thing. So it just, but it did, when I was younger, I would say this, make me stay in relationships longer than I should have.
Man, that trauma will make you.
Because
Yeah.
I was trying to fix the broken Mimi that didn't get that attention. I'm just
I'm
being,
gonna take the real drink. I'm taking the top off of this beautiful. I'm taking it.
Yeah.
I'm taking it. I'm gonna have
It
to really.
did.
I gotta talk
PSA,
about this. We gonna have to talk
PSA,
about
black
this.
women,
Yeah,
you
talk about
cannot
Yes.
fix a black man.
you can't fix
You
nobody.
cannot fix a black man.
And
You
you
know.
cannot let people, you have to teach people how to love you. And that's when me and the sisters get together, that's one of my biggest things. You gotta teach people how to love you. They only gonna treat you like you allow them to. And young Mimi, 21-year-old Mimi, deal with a lot of different things that 50-something Mimi ain't gonna deal with today.
So let's talk about this. I know this is gonna take you off track, but this is something that will help you with this whole.
Because that was the next question. Let me ask. Well, I think we covered the red flags. I didn't even ask
Yes.
that. What is one piece of honest advice you would give a single woman today?
I can't talk about the single woman, but I'm talking about a black man
Come on,
dealing with their traumas,
help us out.
Yeah.
not realizing that the reason they stay in the stuff longer than they're supposed to is because of their own traumas. I can put myself in perspective. My parents had me as teenagers, young.
My parents too.
You know, I mean, they were doing. They still had to live. They
I'm shooting a podcast right now. Can I call you back? All right.
you cut this off when you do that?
Oh, I
Oh,
don't.
you edited
I'll
it.
edit
Yeah,
it.
okay, yeah.
And I might leave it in because that's good.
Yeah. Listen, this is real.
This is a real podcast.
This happened in the house.
Yeah.
I thought I keep my notes.
Listen.
Let me put this on airplane mode.
Yeah.
I had to, not too long ago, come to an understanding.
I'm
Yeah.
listening.
90% of the stuff that I went through or go through in relationships has nothing to do with the other person. It was all my own shit.
You heard that, ladies?
And it wasn't even ugly shit.
It
You
was
know
just
what I'm
your
saying? It
shit.
was just my shit. People ask, why would you stay in something and you're not getting fed? I don't know. Why would you stay in something you're not getting filled? I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. But but the reality is that same little 5-year-old kid
You preaching.
that had to look at my mama leave to go to school at Prairie View, look at my daddy leave on Sundays. I got dropped off.
PV.
I got dropped off. You know what I'm saying? I'm dropped off. The 4-year-old, the 5-year-old don't understand that, you know, mama, dad, they just made 18, they just made 19, they going to school. They don't understand that. All I know is my mama and daddy is not there. So those abandonment issues became real. And the fact that I never addressed the abandonment issues and kept telling myself that I'm good. I'm good.
So
My
did
grandfather
your,
did this. My grandmother did this.
abandonment issues,
It prevents you from wanting to hurt anybody else.
or did it?
It
Or,
prevents you from wanting to make anybody feel like they go through anything based on what you've done.
because sometimes people who have abandonment issues, because I was in a relationship with somebody who had abandonment issues, and he mistreated me because of his abandonment issues. Do that make sense?
That's
and this is
a defense mechanism.
Yes.
He did that to protect himself.
Yes.
Like, I'm not gonna let you, so I gotta do this.
And I was the nice girl.
It's pushing away.
I'm trying to give you all my
He's
love.
not gonna
I'm
let
trying
you
to
hurt me.
cook you
I can't
something.
let you
I'm trying
hurt
to make
me.
you a sandwich. I'm trying to, pour into you, but you don't know how to treat me.
Well, my thing was a little different. Like, I put up with a lot. I went through a lot. I go through a lot because I don't want to be a bad guy. I don't want to make anybody hurt from me disappearing out of their life.
Gotcha.
Because I had people disappear out. In my mind, the 4-year-old can't process that.
Absolutely.
The 5-year-old can't process that.
You right.
All I know is when I looked for my mama and daddy, they were not there. Now, they make sure people were there for me. Now, as an
Absolutely.
adult, I was able to accept that, understand, but that 5-year-old that never healed,
I get it.
that 4-year-old that never processed it, still in my relationships, I carried that bag. I brought it on in.
Let me ask you a serious question. Because you had abandonment issues, did that stop you from committing? Because you was afraid if the
I
shit wasn't
commit quick
gonna
as
work.
hell.
Do you commit
Man,
fully or do you
listen.
just commit?
I fall and find myself in a relationship. I told you, I'm like, wait a minute. I thought it was gonna be fun. I'm in a full-blown relationship. What the hell just happened?
They be moving in,
Hey,
but we know why. We know why.
We're gonna pray your strength to the Lord.
We know why.
You fool. Listen.
I know why.
Listen, man.
Not by experience. This is my brother. I know why. I tell everybody that meet him, hey, say, man, that ain't what you want. That ain't what you want.
You're gonna get me killed. I will not. Listen.
I got stories. That's another show for another time.
Yeah, we gonna have that show too. We gonna have that show.
She got the skeleton key, right?
Yeah.
She
We
got the
just have
skeleton
to,
key.
hey, we just have to live in the same
Did you
damn
come
house.
outside?
Listen, y'all, it's real, man. But I mean, I had to come to a place in understanding.
Yeah.
And the minute I truly understood, I understood me better.
Come on.
I was able to somewhat start healing, but truly understanding. Like you talked about it earlier. I'm pouring out. I take pleasure in pouring out because that's what I do. I love pouring out because when I do something, but now here's the other thing. You're dealing with somebody that don't give you that same back.
Oh, God.
And you deal with it so long because you think, I don't need it. But then that reality set in, them years set in, you're like, shit, I ain't got it. What
So
is
what
it
do you
about
do?
me?
You're looking for it and it's not there.
What do you do once you're not getting it? Do you just chunk the dues? Do you just
You
be
can't do that because you got abandonment issues. You'll never just chunk the deuce.
Yeah.
Because you know what it feels like to be left out.
Wow.
You know what it feels like to you can't, matter of fact, it makes you stay in it that much longer.
Wow.
That's the
You know
craziness.
what? You
That's
just
the
touched on
man.
something, Doc.
That's the craziness about the shit.
You just touched
It makes you sit down in that misery.
Yeah.
Wow.
It makes you
Pay attention.
it makes you
Yeah.
almost content in that misery. Simply because I can't do that to somebody else. I know what that feels like. That's the worst thing. And this is all subconscious.
Look, wait a minute.
This ain't nothing you saying to yourself.
Let me ask them. They are answering the questions without me asking them. What do men actually want versus what women think they want? That's one of y'all answer that. What do
Man,
men actually
listen.
want versus what women think they want?
I'm gonna give you.
That's one of my questions.
I'm gonna give you some. You can take this to the bank. I swear to you. No man ever gives something that he don't want to receive. Women say, men shower me with gifts. They show this.
So you want gifts
Man,
too?
no, I just want you to
Be thankful.
be thankful.
Appreciate. Look here.
Hey, it's the little shit. It ain't that I need it all the time, but every now and again, because you know you have a man that's willing to do these things. If I'm calling you every day, I'm working 12 hours. I'm making sure you ate. I'm making sure, hey, I'm on the way home.
Making
I
sure
don't
the
know if
lights
you cooking.
on.
I'm making sure this. I'm making sure that.
Yeah.
Every now and again. See, we got new age women too. You talk about these new age men. We got new age women too.
Yeah.
they could give a damn. Oh, I done had a hard day at work to get. If a man is doing this, reciprocation is everything.
I heard something today at service today over at the sanctuary, and the pastor said, people will always applaud you for what you could do, and never try to understand what condition you in.
I think that go both
Hey
ways.
man, let me write that down. Where's my phone? Hold on, wait a
They will
minute.
applaud
Wait a
you
minute.
for what you're
Wait a
able to
minute.
do, and never try to understand what condition you in, mentally, physically, emotionally. But long as you can do and provide, long as you the answer to go to, oh, they good people. They did a good job, paying this bill. They did a good job keeping these lights on. They did a good job buying this car, this house, right? But what's really going on in the background? Because the question is, what do men really want? I want your appreciation of my need for peace.
We talk about
And
mature
to
people here.
understand
Listen,
and to
that sounds like
understand my
poetry.
need for peace, then you've got to be willing to put in the work to understand what keeps me peaceful.
So getting black
That's your
love.
investment.
Key.
Because my peace may be different than Trent's peace.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So if you my woman, what does my man need? What does Dre need for his peace? And then invest in that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And when
He
you
said it
invest
twice.
in
He
what
said it twice.
my,
He said the same
what
thing
my
twice
peace
and don't even
is,
realize it. I'm gonna break it to him.
when I draw the boundaries for what my peace is, invest in that and then protect it with me. When I see that out of you, I'm running through walls.
Ladies,
I'm running through
I'm
walls.
taking it back. Put in the work.
Yeah.
Invest. Protect. It's all the same thing. You have to make the effort. Don't be so content with the peace I bring you that you were not willing to give me peace.
but I think
I'm
a
saying,
lot.
don't be like as a man, as a protector. Like you said, we talked about that. I'm gonna make sure these lights on.
Whoa.
I'm gonna make sure
Whoa.
this house good. I'm gonna do all. You don't know what the hell I'm going through. Yeah, I might have broke laws to do it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just might.
Yeah.
But the fact that you never even worry and you're content enough to not even consider, man, that's sad.
'Cause
Three
I-
words. Three words.
That's
Priest
the
provide
hardest
a
thing.
protector.
How are you?
That's
How
all.
are you?
We was finna get right there.
Okay.
Not how am I doing?
Here's
How
the thing.
are you? Right?
Here's the
Because
thing.
that's an internal question.
Here's the thing. There are a lot of women that do the things that y'all are asking, but I don't think men are choosing those types of women. We're talking single people now in our age bracket. I don't think that they're choosing. Y'all just have the privilege that because you're not married, but I'm sure that you're not single in that way, right?
Yeah.
So we're talking about these single women out here. They not meeting men like y'all. They and the men that are y'all age that are single, not even looking for them.
Well, let's
They
part
looking
away.
for somebody they can
Let's
mold.
part past the fan and talk to my young.
25.
Because these
21.
YNs are something different.
Yeah, they do.
but it's systematic,
But
right?
it's not even the YN.
But
I'm talking about the old YN.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go back a little bit. I'm gonna go because
Yeah.
Trent and I both share something that a lot of men out there don't. So he talked about the abandonment issues with mom and daddy, but he had pawpaw, right?
Yeah.
I had my uncle who raised me from a baby, who I called as daddy to me, right? We both had men to sculpt us into men,
Right.
into manhood and what that is. Now, my father didn't tell me about being a husband. My father was born in 1929, so he didn't talk about those things about being a husband, but he gave me all the blueprint about being a man.
Okay.
Right? Because my father's philosophy was God created a man for two things: to work and provide for his family.
Protect.
That's the only reason God
Right.
created your
My
body.
father said that.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That and so
Same.
when you buy into that, right, the things he taught me as a child, from a young boy to a man before he passed, was all based on that, right? But when you have that to guide, train, teach, right, construct, then that's a benefit, right? Now fast forward. Now we know systematically our brothers are incarcerated, they're getting killed every day, we killing each other every day, right? What's huge is, and take this with a grain of salt, mamas raise boys, daddies raise men.
I say it every
It
single
takes a
day.
man to raise a
And
man.
I get heat for that.
And
let me
so
say this
when
for all
you
your people.
remove the man, the father from the home, and don't get me wrong, I love black women. Our black sisters are some of the strongest creations God put his finger on. You understand what I'm saying? But even when you're that single black mother, raising that 1, 2, 3, however many kids, and you
got
working
to
those
have-
2 and 3 jobs, you understand what I'm saying? Everything you deal with, even in your resolve of keeping the lights on, making things happen, your children are watching you. We said earlier, we're all products of our environment. When your son is watching you go through things emotionally, you may get it done, but he watches a series of emotions that you go through as a woman to get it done that he wouldn't see in
If
a
a man
father,
was around.
right? So what happens? He grows older. Now he's an adolescent. Now he's a young man. So in his decision making, what's part of his decision making? A shitload of emotion, right?
And
You
living
know what I'm
in
saying?
his feminine,
And living in his feelings.
space.
My
He
father
won't-
told me, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna give it back to
You got
Trent.
it, bro.
My father said this to me dozens upon dozens of times as a young man growing up. He said, "You can come to me and tell me what you think.
But don't
You can come to me and tell me what you know. You can even come to me and tell me what you think you know. But what you can't do is come to me and tell me what you feel. Your mama can come to me and tell me what she feels. But you're going to be a man one day. You my son.
Oh, yeah.
If you think you got the answer, you know you got the answer, or you think you know you got the answer. But you can't feel your way to the answer as a man. And that's huge.
That's huge.
And when you have that, and when you're absent of that reason, right, and you pull emotion as a man, right, and when you pull emotion in, and then your emotional leads to, you know what it is, if you don't have control of these emotions, you make all kinds of
Bad
wild,
control,
paint
yeah.
splatter decisions, right? And then as women, y'all
That's a
not looking
t-shirt.
for that because
Paint
y'all see that with your
splatter.
girlfriends.
Right.
Y'all see that erraticness, that emotional explosion with your girlfriends. You don't want to see it with your man.
You do
Yeah.
not.
You know what I'm saying? It
I
don't
mean,
look good on the man.
Boys act like girls.
Yeah,
Boys
it
act
don't
like-
look good on a
I'm
man.
gonna take you back to your original question because you asked, and I want you to think about the evolution of the men you're talking about. You saying women your age, they find this type of man and men their age, so on and so forth. I'm gonna take you on a little journey.
You find
Let
what's
me-
inside you.
let me show you. Let me show you a little journey. So, when you were high school, meeting these guys, the guy that you were attracted to was the athlete,
Yeah,
was the
so-
dope boy.
No, I
Yeah,
did
yeah,
that.
yeah, I know a couple of them do. yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Athlete, the dope boy. Hey, dope. Listen, yeah, that nigga too. Anyway, so I know a few of them cats too. You know what I'm saying? So that same woman in her 50s is looking for that guy that in her 20s, 30s, until she started to mature, she wouldn't even give that guy that she needs
A chance.
a chance.
I agree with
Now this guy, take that abuse, take that trauma. He's an engineer now. You know that guy. So now he's in his place. Now he's not giving you a chance.
Okay.
It's the evolution of that man.
I get
And,
it.
and I'm not saying it's right.
I get it.
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's indifferent. But I think that a lot of women are seeing it like, okay, now he's like, I got money, I got time, I own these properties.
I got
I got houses.
So what-
I ain't even got to look at all the rest of
Yeah,
this.
what
I
you're
got some
saying-
stuff going on in my life
What you're
that you didn't
saying
even
is,
see.
when I dated for love. Let's just be real. I never dated because of who a person was. If I was with you, I really loved you. From the age of
But
14
the adolescent,
to 25,
So here's the thing.
I was in a committed relationship.
but the adolescent mind will tell you that this is love. The adolescent mind.
I was definitely in
I mean, you
love.
were in love, but
Yeah, I was
what
in love.
attracted you to that person, what brought you to that place or whatever, it was something that somebody got to shine. You don't look at the coal and say, I know it's a diamond in there.
Yeah.
That's not the average idea of a young lady.
If you
who
let-
is
status?
he?
Well, no,
Who is he?
status.
I would tell you,
Is he the quarterback?
if
Yeah.
you let Tina tell it, all my boyfriends was ugly, that's a lie.
I'm not saying, hey, all the dudes I knew had something going for them.
They might have been ugly, but he has
they had
standards,
something
right?
going for them, is what I know. I've known you too long. So what I'm saying is, it was some shine there that attracted you, but you're not thinking about as a, what would they look like at 35? You're looking at it at 18. You're looking at it at 19.
And that's why I say, I think it's better for people to marry young. Because when you get older, you still see that same person. They're different, but it's not like, okay, Mimi, I'm 54 and I meet somebody 54, 56, and that young person ain't there no more. You really got to be at a mature place to like that person for here. At this big age, we should be able to like somebody from the inside.
I don't know about. So I'm married young.
Nears.
Uncle Nears.
That Uncle Nears. That's black folks.
Okay, so let's
Nears
talk
so
about the story of Uncle Nears. So Jack Daniels, Uncle Nears made Jack Daniels, and she got the rights to it.
Right.
So that's
He never got his true.
no, because
Yeah.
at that time he couldn't. He
Isn't
was
she
black.
like a great granddaughter or great great
I
granddaughter or
think
something?
or niece or something like
like-
that.
yeah.
The story probably on the back of the bottle.
But this is all of our U.S. history. You know what I'm saying? What we call it in current day, like corporate America, is what is it called? When you work for me and you come up with an idea, intellectual property.
Oh yeah.
So you were a slave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had no rights.
We couldn't even own anything.
Edison didn't invent the light bulb. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
There's so many things that throughout history that they've taken credit for, but
Yeah.
it's intellectual property.
Well,
They
she
own
got
it.
it
I
now.
can't take nothing from it. But stop claiming shit that you didn't do.
Yeah.
You ain't never create nothing in your life. Anyway, let's go back to love.
Yeah. Well, she mentioned she thought it was better to marry young versus older, right? So
Well, I'm married older,
My-
so I didn't get married till I was 35.
So me and my wife have talked about this, right? You know, because we married young. We've been, you know, like I said, I'm almost 60. She was 18, 19 when we first got together. And we got married at 23 and 24, 5 years later, right? Now, at 23 and 24, you don't know. I didn't know what I needed and wanted in a wife. She didn't know what she needed and wanted in a husband. All we knew was we'd been together 5 years. At this point, we had a child. And like we said earlier, when you're young and in love, the majority, a biggest bulk of your in-loveness
Yeah.
is because you toss and cover 7, 8, 9, 10 times a week. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm just telling y'all, I hope y'all hear.
You know what I'm
Next
saying?
man I have, we got to toss some covers.
Yeah.
7, 8, 9, 10 times.
You know, you
I've been
toss and
practicing
cover.
abstinence for 4 years. It's going on 5.
But it's not a whole lot of just that substance in that at that young age, right? But you build on it as you go
Because
through
when
the
you're
years,
younger,
right?
So
it's
that-
physical.
listen.
When you're younger, it's physical. When you get older, you want something more than that. I don't just want to give myself to somebody. And am I a virgin? No. But I don't want to just be laying down with you and then move on to the next. First of all, I'm not trying to have nobody break my vagina. I want to give my vagina. You're not gonna break my vagina where it's broken and I can't give it to nobody else. So,
I don't
first of all, what's your relationship with God?
I don't know if they found that condition yet. That's over there.
And I'm not talking breaking because
God-
you too big.
God made
I'm
that-
talking about breaking because you nasty.
God
And
made
you
that
done
thing
packed
with
something and
dexterity.
You gave me something. That's what I'm talking about. When I say
Yeah.
break it, I mean like, oh my God, Lord, I'm itching down there. Oh Lord, it's hurting me. No, that's what I'm talking about. Break it. I don't think
I
you
got
can
you.
break it in that
Yeah,
other way.
Understood.
Right.
Understood.
Me
Understood.
ready. But what I'm saying is,
With the peace.
I'm done playing.
at this time in my life, and most women my age, we want somebody that we can talk to. First of all, let me just say this. If you can't pray for me and pray with me, I can't fool with you.
That's huge.
That's how you want that.
Because
And you
I
gotta
need,
do that.
and can you please break the scripture down for me? I need you to teach me something, but I don't want you to be so holy that you're no earthly good either. I still want to have a good time,
Right,
but
right.
I want to smoke my cigar. I want to drink my whiskey or my cognac. Let's go on picnics and shit. We ain't got to go to no 5-star restaurant all the time. We can go shoot pool. We can go to the park. It's things of that nature. But real talk. I mean, I don't want to say I'm a cheap date because I'm not, but I'm saying it don't take no whole lot of money to have
But
a
it's the
good
simple
time.
things to enjoy
It's-
together.
Yes.
Yes, it don't have to be extravagant.
Because
It's
there's
the
so
simple
many
things you can
years
enjoy together.
behind me. I don't have many more in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm 50.
We keep saying that.
It's
We keep
people
saying that.
that's
We are at that place.
we
and
at
standing
that
like
age. I ain't got time for no foolishness, and I think most women don't have time for the foolishness. Like most men, I'm not talking about just us. Y'all don't have time for it either. So what can we do as a people? I love my vanilla brothers and sisters and my Spanish brothers and sisters, but right now I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about us.
Yeah.
What can we do to get black to love?
I mean, having these conversations.
It's huge.
You know, yeah. I mean, being open and honest and willing to accept what is and what's not. Being able to peel those onions.
Yes.
You know, start
The
the
layers
layers.
back.
Start peeling it back.
Talk that talk.
Trying to get back to that center. Trying to get back to that 5-year-old so I can get to this 51-year-old. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go back there. I can't start here. I gotta go back there. Let me clean this up.
Yeah,
You know, I gotta have an uncomfortable conversation with my father.
you should. You should.
He's been trying to have it.
You should.
And here's the thing, I was gonna entertain it for him. He's blind now, he's losing his sight, well, he lost his sight, he know life is short, so now he wanna talk to me about all his mishaps in life, and I wasn't interested simply because I have a great life. My kids love
Well,
me, my grandbabies love me. I ain't got the issues you got, sir.
Right.
But I was willing to sit down with you to help you clear your conscience.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this. Forgiveness is not for him. Forgiveness is for you.
So let me ask you this: when there's nothing to forgive, so I thought.
Because
you know,
the little boy is still in there.
And I'm not saying it is or it ain't, but we're talking. We're having. This is what it's about.
It's called
You ask, how
dialogue.
do we get back to black love?
How do we get back?
How do we
get
got
black
to
to love,
listen.
baby?
Our unmelanated people, the transparent folks.
The ones that know.
One thing
you are
that they
false.
do know, because of all the trauma that they've created in life and all the things that they believe in therapy.
Therapy. You better
They
find some sort of-
believe in
Love
therapy. You got to.
Yeah.
You listen. In
Find
order
you
to be
a
able to
good
lay down
therapist.
at night
Yeah.
with all the bullshit they do, they got to talk to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
We're not even built like that. Like, first of all,
Because
our
we
persons,
we
we
were
naturally
trained
want to
as
protect,
kids
help,
to keep
that part.
secrets.
So
We were
when-
trained. What happens in this house stays in this house. We were trained
golden
and
film.
reared.
Yeah. This
this
is
could go over.
Yes. As a people, we were trained, but I think we're getting better at that because
We
I
are.
hear
We
a
are.
lot more people have therapy. Now, I've never had therapy, but I think that's why I've
You've
written
never
six-
had therapy?
But I think that's why I've written
But this
six
is your
books.
therapy.
Oh.
Yes.
This is
Yeah.
your therapy.
Because that
Yes.
moment in the hourglass was, did you finish it?
I did.
It was good. Ah!
Try to get through it. Yeah.
Yeah, that moment.
Yeah. I'm not a reader.
And it was easy to read.
It was easy. to
And you
read.
had a broken book because you had one with the
And I
flowers.
had got engaged like in the first chapter. I'm like, wait a minute now. I want to sit this down, but I didn't finish this real quick.
Look, and
Really?
I know we getting off the subject, but you really need to get into that trilogy. The Night Shift at Hope Central about Dr. Dirty Dick being framed for murder.
Dr. Dirty
man.
Dick.
That
Yeah,
Night Shift
yeah.
at Hope, I'm gonna give y'all a copy.
Dr.
It
Dirty
is an
Dick.
easy read.
It is.
But I really need. Have you read The Night Shift at Hope Central?
No, I'm just saying.
I really
the way
want
you
y'all to
write,
read
it's
it
an easy read.
Because I need a male's perspective because the ladies love it. And I'm on y'all side. Okay, here's the thing. I know we getting off topic. But when I write, I always want to make the black man shine. He has to shine in the
Good
book
shit. That's
because
good shit.
they get enough
We get beat up
bullshit
enough.
on,
Yeah. We get
online.
beat up enough.
You get bullshit
Yeah.
from women. You get bullshit from
The job.
the jobs,
society.
from news.
Yeah.
Like, the way they depict men right now, ain't no straight ones out there. That's another reason why we don't be really dating, because we scared we're gonna get a broken penis. I don't want no penis.
Some of them ain't, they ain't real about what they is.
They don't
I
tell
ain't
the
got
truth.
no problem.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
Here's my thing. I don't. Do you?
Yeah,
Be
I-
you.
I-
God bless you.
God bless
Do
you.
that.
But stop
But
this
tell
bullshit,
me
man.
the
Be
truth.
honest. Be upfront. This is what
Yes.
I like. This
Stop
is who I am.
contaminating.
Stop
Yeah.
telling people this is not who you are.
Yeah.
Man, stop that.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask y'all this and we're gonna close out with it. I want y'all to give me 3 things that y'all love about the black woman?
Oh man. First of all, I love everything about the black woman. Let me get up
And
to
they
my
want your
mic.
voice.
Listen, there's nothing like it.
Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody built like
when
us,
God
baby.
created Eve, He created life.
Mm-hmm.
He created the world. He created everything. There is nothing like the black woman. Her touch, her shape, her mind, the things that she's gone through, the way she's able to come out of it and be that strong queen.
Multitask.
And let's be honest, we ain't all queens.
No.
We ain't all kings. I hate when people, good morning, king. That Negro was a jester. He was never a king. Everybody can't be, everybody, listen, let's be honest. He was a jester. He was not, he was never, hey, he was there for the jokes. He was never meant to be called a king. So be careful when you call people kings and queens, because everybody not, yeah, that's not where they come from. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But black women, man, we have some queens and princesses and all that great stuff.
And y'all
I
love
love
us.
everything about
Absolutely.
it. I would listen. I can't be mad when people say, when white people say I don't date black men or white. I listen. If you ain't got no melanin, you ain't got no chance for me. I'm just being, I'm being honest with you. You're gonna have a percentage in you. I don't give a damn. I'm not saying that.
I like me a strong
Listen,
black man.
listen.
I do. I like me a nigga that can, I'm sorry.
Oops.
I like me somebody that can put some stuff together. I like somebody that can dissect that word. I like somebody that ooh. I like black features. I like lips. I like nose. I like everything about the black man.
I
And
ain't got
most
no features.
women, you got some black features.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, your
I ain't got no lips. My nose ain't that big.
But it's just something about a black man, the way he walks, the way he talks, the way he smells, the way he handles things,
That
even a cornball as a black man. It's just something about a way a black man is. He just is. You know how God say, I am that I am?
Mm.
A black man is just because he
Don't come
is.
over here telling the truth.
Come
Don't
on.
come here
Yeah,
telling the
that part,
truth.
that part.
He is just because he is.
She taking this to a whole nother
Yeah.
place.
And I'm
Yeah,
telling
and we
you,
all-
and
we all-
that's why
The true
I'm
love.
sorry, white women love them. They love them. Now they can't love them like they supposed to, because when troubles come, they run for the border like Taco
Always be a
Bell.
nigga to me. Listen, this is my grandfather told me. Raised by my grandma, and we're gonna get back to that. Raised by my grandparents.
Yeah, because I want
So,
Dre to tell me that his black.
I was a smart kid. I was a nerd. I
And
had,
was.
but I was a hell of an athlete too.
And you was.
I was that dude. Yeah, but when I grew up, yeah, I did. I was like 12 inches. I was on
Kid
the
play.
all the way.
Yeah.
Listen. So I grew up in a small town. The town was 85% black Berkshire,
Mm-hmm.
but the white people still owned and ran the town.
Right.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you were intelligent, you were in the honors classes. It was 2 or 3 of us in each honor classes, depending on the age group. I remember me, Monica Abernathy, Don Gray. Only 3 blacks. All the whites in the school was in the honor classes. Blah blah blah.
And
You
you
got-
went smart.
Man, you had to go through it. It was a thing. So all my friends that were not my cousins were white. Because I'm in class every day with the white boys.
Right.
And so they would come pick me up, on the weekend, go ride the go-kart at the Hovises. Go ride this at Mike's them house, you know what I'm saying? My grandfather just got tired one day. He said, come here, boy. Let me let you know. At the end of the day, you're gonna always be a nigga to them.
Yeah.
Facts
That
on
part.
And I
facts
tell
on
you,
facts.
they used to come pick me up, bro, like I was one of theirs. And
Yeah.
the first time some shit went down, guess who they tried to point it towards?
They showed you.
They showed me,
They showed you.
and it was evident. And man, and listen, from that point on, I understood who I was, where I stood, and what I had to do.
Oh, I'm the
in
first.
that circle.
In cosmetology
in that
school, I
circle.
heard one of my instructors say, I ain't never seen a nigga albino before. I looked at that white woman. I said, what did I say? But I don't mean anything by, oh yeah, you did. That's another conversation for another day. Dre,
Yeah.
put a
I'm sorry.
Put a three
We
things you
talking about
love
love. We
about
talking
a
about
black
love.
woman.
It's about love.
But Trick covered a bunch of it, but there's no depth like the depth of a black woman, right? The strength of a black woman, because what black women go through, not only through society, because society puts them through this like they put us, the black man, through.
I think
But-
we get worse sometimes.
But yeah,
We're gonna talk about that.
we can look at that in a lot of different ways, right? But also, you know, what we put y'all through, right? Like I said, I've been with my queen for decades, right? So I know he talked about, you know, childhood traumas and dealing with it, unpacking it, and in that process of unpacking it, sometimes you abuse and mistreat other people, right? But when you've got that real,
yeah.
Oh,
that's a black woman, because you said earlier you can get you a pink toe until trouble hit, right? You can get a pink toe until trouble hit, but that black woman, that black rib, she ain't going nowhere. Now you might get cussed out,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, and you might not get talked to for a few days, but when it's all said and done,
We
she
gonna hold
be
y'all
there.
down. We gonna hold
She
y'all
gonna
down.
hold, you know, because
We love y'all like love.
because that Rachel don't love me for everything I am, but she's also love me for everything I ain't.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
She's also love me for everything I ain't.
When
You know what I'm saying?
That's a t-shirt.
Yeah. So
I love her because she loved me for everything I ain't.
everything I ain't and everything and so those things I should have been to her, right? She still loves me in spite of. So you know, that is the beauty and the depth and the mystique of a black woman that not only we see, but the colonizers see.
Right.
You know,
'Cause they really want
from
us
the
split up.
outside looking in. When you see that, it is a glow
We
around a
are
black
the
woman
power.
and her existence. There is a glow around her that everybody sees, and sometimes take the piranha bites to tear down, right? But I love that about the black woman because in spite of her dexterity, is unscathed.
And I know, we are together are the power.
Yeah.
And they know that. They know that if we become whole, I know more active fathers than unactive fathers. Yeah, my daddy
And that's
wasn't
the
around.
craziest thing in the world.
I know more
People been
daddy.
saying, listen, they've been telling that
Deadbeat
lie
dad bullshit
for
for
the
years.
longest.
Yeah.
You can look at statistics right now.
We
The
have
most involved parent, the
Is the
most
black
is a
dad.
black
Is a-
father.
The black
They've been
dad.
telling, and they really believe that shit. Like they telling themselves that.
black on black crime is
Right.
bullshit. If you got black people getting killed in the black neighborhood, ain't nobody but black people living in the black neighborhood. So where's the white on white crime?
Exactly.
Bro, it's crazy how they say my oldest grandson, I got three my oldest grandson, Carter, right? Carter has a father and he has a paternal and a maternal grandfather, right? And all three of us, whatever Carter doing, the three of us are there. I don't care if it's on the field somewhere, at a recital at school, a play at school, grandparents' day for lunch.
Yes.
We are all there, and
Right.
we're talking about multiple generations of black men with their children, sons
Yes.
and grandchildren. So we there.
Before Google was a thing, before I understood how to maneuver through the internet and find out this information, I used to wonder because I'm looking. I was in the military. I was a single parent at the time. I had my kid, and I'm looking at this. And I'm like, I know this guy got his kid. This guy got. So I'm like, where are all these people they talking about? These deadbeat daddies they talking about? Like, I don't know. I don't see
It
them.
ain't real.
It wasn't
It's a
anything that I
facade.
experienced because I was around men that held other men accountable.
And if the
Yeah, I had a
daddies
dude
ain't
talking
there,
about,
it's people like y'all
man,
that are there.
I paid my child support. You want a cookie, nigga?
Bro.
Like, what the? And we would make him stand up, be what you supposed to be.
Look.
And this is my world. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, where is it? And I get it. Because here's the thing, we go back to the conversation we had earlier. That young dude back in the day that had to shine, whether he was a dope boy, whether he was an athlete. Now he may have 5 different baby mamas.
Yep.
But understand, it's more baby mama than it is deadbeat dudes, because it's the same dude.
Yep, it's the
So
same.
you got one dude, 5 women.
5 things.
One dude, 10 women.
And you know
One
what?
dude, you know what I'm saying? So and
right.
when they start adding that up, like,
Yeah.
but you gotta understand it's the same dude.
Yep.
But we got a whole culture and people around here that have come through in the mentality that it takes a village. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for my coaches, you know, my uncles, my grandfathers, you know, if it wasn't for them
Yeah.
standing up and being a part of what it was
Absolutely.
to make me, I
Absolutely.
ain't saying I'm perfect, man. I'm all kinds of fucked
Oh,
up.
yeah,
Let's be real.
Yeah.
But I'm a good dude.
Yeah, that
I am
part,
a good
that part.
dude. I ain't never purposely tried to hurt anybody in life. Not purposely. I'm not saying you wasn't hurt through my
Because I know you
actions.
Right.
You
But
heard
I
a few. You heard a few.
Mimi, mine on task.
Flag on the play. Flag on the play. I told you don't fool. He
Oh
ain't
my
for you,
God.
boo.
Oh my God.
You're gonna get
Listen.
trapped in the trap.
But the point I'm trying to make, I've never purposely tried to hurt anyone in life.
And you
Not
did,
saying you
because you thought
you
you,
was-
had something special downtown.
you-
But all of them are the same. Now,
that was the point I was gonna make earlier.
all vaginas
Hey,
are the
listen.
same. You might have a grip
One of
in
the
a
one of the
different-
greatest misconceptions
Yes.
that women make is that your shit is special.
Well, mine
Oh.
is.
Your shit might be special to that man because you are special to him.
In the moment.
But he can find that shit anywhere.
Because
Look,
once
Listen, I promise you he can.
Okay, so
don't
because-
be
And what,
stupid.
and what
Don't
happened?
be dumb.
What you got when he don't want it?
this is
What
my
else
thing.
comes with the package?
Because I grew up with most of my friends. I had female friends. But most of my
What about those
friends
moments? I don't want
were
none. I'm just hungry.
homeboys. And I watched them go from girl to girl to girl to girl. Once a man they done. They're like, I'm done with this. Yeah, they done with that.
The thing is to understand what you're bringing to the table. It ain't the sex.
There
It's
we
not.
go.
Now you can have the greatest sex in the world, but when that shit wear out, then what we got?
Yeah.
We talked about it. I mean, we're
Going
coming
in
back to
circles. Well, it's a
places.
full circle
I mean,
moment.
don't get me wrong, great sex. You might keep them around for a minute. But when whatever that happens, when you trigger him and he look at you and like, man, the hell with her,
Let me
the
see.
hell with that shit.
Story
What is
time.
it? What is it that's gonna bring him back to you? What is it gonna make him say, yeah, but I ain't going nowhere?
Story time. Are y'all ready for it?
Let's go.
So, we were in our 20s, and I was staying with my sister, and
Snitches,
somebody was a
snitches.
roommate. I'm not gonna say who that somebody is, but he had a date over that night. And I was on the couch, because they were in the room, and the girl was like, oh, Audrey, oh. I said, okay, this is going about 5 minutes, 5, 10, 15,
God.
20, 25. And so then I took the pillow, and I put it over my head, and it never stopped, and then it went silent for like 5 minutes. Then it was like, I was like, oh my God, I gotta get out of here because my man's in jail. I can't chill. Don't fool with him.
Thank you for tuning in to Silk Sessions After Dark.